that new whip. Hey, who's that do trip?
And we're live.
Welcome to Bet Records, where we talk about hot topics, ideas, and all the shit you really want to hear.
Episode 30, here we are. Episode 30. That is way too many fucking weeks that we've been doing this. Thanks for who's still following along. I know there's probably like one of you guys who've been following us the whole time.
There's probably two.
Okay, one or two, yeah. We'll get a shout out. I know Herfy's probably one of them, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting there. We're making moves. Go check out our first ever live video shots on the fantasy football videos. We've done about 3 now. We're gonna start pumping them out really fast. Now that football season is upon us, first game this Thursday. We'll get into that a little bit later. How's the weekend, boys? I heard you went on a trip or something like that, right?
Yeah, we did. I went up to North Dakota, Grand Forks.
Grand Forks.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Okay.
Grand Forks.
To visit Cole in his new town there. It's basically like North Dakota St. Cloud, honestly. It reminded me a lot of St. Cloud.
North Dakota
like
St.
a
Cloud.
nicer St. Cloud, though. Nicer St. Cloud.
Okay, why is that?
Wouldn't you agree? No. I swear to God, there was like every single shop that you could find here, you would find up there. Like there was a Fuji Steakhouse. There was a fucking Crooked Pine. There was a Crooked Pine
Really?
up there. Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of weird. I thought Crooked Pine was like a St. Cloud exclusive.
I didn't even know that
Minnesota,
either.
at least. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, dude? I swear to God, like anything that you can do up there, you can do down here.
Well, their college is a lot bigger though, especially their.
Well, yeah,
did you guys
I'm not
walk
saying
the Greek Row at all?
We did not.
We drove through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Cole talked to us about it, and the campus itself was huge. Anyway,
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
Say we drove past it one night in the bars. The only thing, the biggest downside is that it's straight up is an hour walk to the bars from actual campus.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to walk, obviously.
I think that's
Otherwise,
still
it's only an 8 to 10 minute Uber ride, but still. That is definitely the one downside. It's not an 8 to 10 minute walk.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the prices though, the Uber prices, it was like 9 and 13, like
That's
3
not
and
bad.
5.
No.
And like we pay that price just so we don't have to walk half the time anyway.
Yeah.
You know? And so what's the matter if you're paying it every time when you actually do have to do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
there's any difference.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
We just do it out of laziness here anyway.
Yeah, they had one bar. Was it the Loft with all the game shit?
Yeah,
they had so North Dakota you can gamble at places and shit. So not only did they have blackjack tables there, they also had slot machines where
yeah, that was dope.
I won a quick $12 on the piggy bank slot there.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna do. What was the deal? I was like, okay, I'm gonna do one more, and I closed my eyes, right, or something.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like close my eyes, see what happens, right. And then all of a sudden, Q-Tip's like, quick, tap the screen. I'm like, what's going on? Him and White are tapping over my shoulder. There's like money falling every time you tap one. You got like $1 or something.
Yeah.
It was penny slots, you know. But no, that was pretty dope actually. But they also had like an air hockey table that was free. They also had a foosball table that was free.
Yeah,
You know, like hockey game in the dome with like those little sticks and shit.
Yeah.
So kind of like foosball.
But it's hockey. Yeah.
Yep. They had that and darts too. They ran out of tips for darts, so all of them were like busted.
Oh,
so
no.
they all looked
So
like
do they even
mechanical
stick at that
pencils.
point?
So they didn't.
We got more. They had like a packs behind the bar.
I made Q-Tip go ask. What did he say? Are you sure they're all gone or something?
Yeah. He was just like, "Wait, you sure?" I was like, then he just like opened this cabinet.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them in this cabinet that he opened.
Yeah.
I think you're just like fucking with them or something.
Yeah.
Drunk college
But
kids.
because the people next to us were like chucking these like mechanical pencils, you know what I mean? It doesn't have that long tip to stick in there, so there's like, I'm like, is that even working? He's like, no. We don't even have a good one. We're just like throwing it at the board and like, I'm like,
Hoping it
okay,
sticks,
yeah,
doing the
pretty
thing.
much. So
Hoping it flies okay.
yeah, so when we got some, I told him to go get some too. But yeah, no, it was pretty decent. The
crazy.
fucking 4-hour drive fucking drove me nuts.
Yeah,
but,
I bet.
and I had a fantasy draft on the way there, so I made Drea drive for an hour. And I was like, okay, we got to pull over now before we miss the next exit, so I can pay attention to the draft. So, but yeah, it was.
What an adventure. I heard Q-Tip played with some titties.
Yeah, Dad.
That is true.
Only because I was forced to.
You were forced to play with titties?
Yeah, well, they were fake. They were fake. So.
Hey, sometimes those fake ones are the best ones, man.
No, this is literally fake. It
It
was
was
attached to a
fake
real body.
tit, bro. Don't even say titties with an S. There was one tit.
Yeah.
There was one set.
I had to drink out of it.
Uno tit.
Yes.
I got you.
Yep, the
Like a
unit tit.
cyclops.
We cut it open. I had a drink out of it.
Yep. Well, Brad was fucking around with it. It was a ball that was blown up, and he like threw it at his knee or something and it popped.
Oh.
So the next game that we played, Cole's like, all right, loser has to drink out of the tit. Q-tip was the loser to drink out of the tit.
Man. Yeah.
I think it was meant to be, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
We were playing our new card game, 25 Bills.
Bro, the song 25
We'll
Bills.
have to teach you.
Did you make up a game?
We made it so we could just meme on Cole. You know how Cole used to like play that song 25 Bills?
You know how many times we played it that weekend?
We played it like 11 times. We made him hate the song.
I was going to say 20.
Probably maybe even 20, yeah.
What, he just kept at like Brad when he wants to listen to Plug Walk?
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Just like that.
I want Plug Walk.
Yep.
We just memed the shit out. We made a card game and everything.
Yep.
Jesus. Is it a fun game?
It's actually pretty fun. It works
Yeah,
pretty well.
it's, what do you want to say? It's kind of like a slower version of Spoons. You have 4 cards and you want to get 25 in your hand.
Yep.
And then when you win, you slap it down and say 25 bills. It was funny.
Yeah, you have to get it with. You have to build 25 with 3 cards.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll have to do it here soon sometime. It was kind of fucking
It
funny.
was actually a pretty good game.
It was
Actually,
funny.
It was pretty good.
But we watched the music video about 20 times, I'd say, over the break and or the weekend, I should say. And Brad realized there's only 600 views on the music video.
For
25 bills. So
600?
Wait, like actually 600?
yeah, 632 or something. There's no more than 1,000.
Did
No
it just come out or
way.
what?
No,
Nope.
It's been out
It's
for
like
4
7
years.
Okay, I was gonna say
Just
at
a
least
garbage
4
song
years.
or what?
Just a low key
I mean,
song.
It is
Yeah.
really a good song. I like
It is a really good song.
I don't think it's.
Are you gonna try to look it up? Yeah, there's really not that many.
Only 647 views.
Yeah, 647.
How the hell did Cole even ever find this song?
That's a good question for Cole.
Just fucking around. He got bored one day and was just like, let me just find the worst song I could possibly find.
Bro, speaking of the worst
Oh,
song you could
God,
possibly
bro.
find, me and Q-Tip found the worst song you could possibly find today.
Oh yeah.
This dude had what, 40,000 monthly Spotify listeners?
No,
400,000?
300,000.
300,000. This dude recorded this song in 1985. It's called like "Ride My Cow."
I'm walking a cow. Or
Walking the cow.
Walking a cow. Yeah.
Yep. So and it sounds like a little kid, and it's like this, and it's like walking the cow, like
Shit like
and
that.
I'm lost now or
Yeah,
something like that.
Here's another one. It's called like that. Big Business Monkey.
Big business monkey.
He just says that shit over and over again.
What the
What's this for? Something Jackson.
Daniel Johnson.
Daniel Johnston. Yep, that's what it is.
Mr. Johnson?
Daniel
Johnston.
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 S-T-O-N.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's weird man. He died in 2019 actually, just died 2 years ago.
Yep, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. There's also another video I found. Link will be in the description. It's probably, I don't know, it could be worse than yours. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. Let me know what you think. YouTube link will be in the description.
Let us know in Instagram comments.
Yeah,
Slide in
let
there.
us know what you think on that song. But
Oh, it's gonna be a secret on or what? Huh?
yeah, it's gonna be a
Alright.
secret. You gotta
All
click on the link if you want.
You'll see my comment too in there. Then I'll wait because I honestly don't know what it is.
goodness.
Yeah,
It better be
yeah.
that Tyrus ice cream song, but it's fine.
Oh my God.
It's pretty good, dude.
Alright.
It's a really good song. But yeah, we got some. I think when we talked about this episode, we usually pregame our episodes for the few days leading up to them on just like the stuff we're gonna talk about and stuff. Yep. And when we started this pre-hype, we were talking how crypto's going to the moon and blah blah blah, and how is booming. Yep. And then today happened.
Bitcoin to the dirt.
Literally,
the dirt. Literally, dude. I mean, I was looking at this before we started. At 10:05 a.m., it dropped down to $42,870.
Yeah, it's really low.
What did it start the day?
It's a 9,500 drop, 18.28% at that point in the day.
In one day.
It started at 52.5. We're currently now still down a little bit over 5,500 at 46. 700 currently, you know,
What a
going up and
drop.
down. But
Well, you see the El Salvador president, he bought 200 Bitcoins today.
really,
He bought the dip, baby.
did he?
Bought the dip. I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably the smart idea.
Yeah.
Honestly. This is definitely the dip to value idea.
That's probably why it went up.
They
you know, a
spent
little bit.
their whole government surplus on all that, you
Oh
know.
my goodness, Jesus! I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
cost
not
them
bad
a
idea.
swift, $1 million. That's probably all El Salvador has for backup resources.
Probably for
Um,
funds, yeah.
Yeah, for funds, yeah. Those little orphan kids, they're not getting shoes, but at least they got Bitcoin. You know, so sorry, kids.
Yep.
But yeah, today pretty much everything dropped pretty heavy along with the Bitcoin tank.
I was gonna say Ethereum as well, now down 14%.
Most of the stocks,
Bitcoin,
almost every stock I looked at today was a big loser.
Yeah.
We had a good week. We had a lot of steady gains.
Yeah, we had a
pretty
good
much,
past month, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much every day for the past couple weeks was pretty good. We had a couple days where it was like just kind of teetering, but just constant growth, and I don't know, it pulled back pretty aggressively today. I don't know if that was just fixing the train or what happened there.
Yeah, because now we're hitting the resistance, you know, of doing so well for, I honestly would say 1 to 2 months, you know, kind of off and on. But, yeah, I have a lot of stuff too down. I mean, Tesla's one of the better ones I had today, up a little bit over 2% for me still. You know, if people got into it, you know, at that 700 range, they're probably sitting pretty just because it's at 750 right now.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad one. The other one I noticed too, just from my personal portfolio, was Facebook as well, up 1.5%. It's, you know, not a ton, but, you know, Facebook's pretty reliable. They're still up a little bit over 5% this whole month.
Facebook's a really steady, like, same with Tesla. Like, they're a really safe investment. Yeah, they're kind of expensive, and you're not going to make as much as some of these smaller stocks that are, say, $1 to $5 options.
Even $10.
Even $10, you're not going to make as much off your investment because, you know, if you only got $50 to $100 to throw at these stocks, I mean, if you're looking at that percentage, you're not going to make a whole lot, but you're going to make something. Is the kind of advantage to stocks like that. So if you see 1 to 2 to 3% growth over week on week, put some money into it. It's a safe. I mean, it's once you start putting all your money into those risky investments. If that's all your everything is, I mean, you're looking at a bad time, and I'm sure you feel it today if you're listening, or yesterday, or whatever day it is now that you're listening to this. But I'm sure you feel it if that's you who has all risky investments.
Yeah, definitely. Because even Google's another safe one too. I mean, every week on my phone, 52-week high, 52-week high.
Yeah.
Yep. They're still up, you know, half a percent today. You know, nothing major. Up 8 cents total. You know,
I wonder if they're gonna split soon. What's the stock at for Google?
So Google has an A and a B stock as well. How else would? Oh, they could split their shares. You're saying, or what?
If it gets over 1,000, usually they think about doing it. That's what Tesla did. When they got to 1,500, they split it 5 ways. So everybody who owned 1 share now got 5 shares, but it dropped to, I think, like 400 or 300 or something like that.
Okay. Because, Alphabet, I'm in Class C as well. It's at a little bit under 3,000 right now. So they're all over a couple thousands. So it definitely could be a possibility. I'm not really sure, you know, how that all works. One of the bigger reasons I know, why Facebook might have went up today was Mark Z, bro, announced the VR workspace that him and Facebook are working on. It's called Horizon Workrooms. Basically, you like create your character kind of like a me going back to the wee ages, and you walk into the meeting room and you sit down, and it's basically the next evolution of that Zoom call that we've just had over the whole past year. And basically, it sounds like the marketing plan is to go business to business with it, so they can bring it to whatever. Let's just say Google.
Companies.
I'm sure Google already has something similar they can do it themselves. But those bigger other companies to get the more realistic feel and stuff, kind of going forward with businesses, because who knows if the second wave's coming or what the future holds for any of it at the end of the day. Do you think this is gonna be something that takes off, or do you think it's
probably not at
gonna
first.
take a couple years?
It'll definitely take a while, especially if the animation in it is pretty lackluster. I think if they can get like pretty decent looking characters and AI and whatever,
Yep.
I think it might take off better than if it's literally like a me from the Wii's or
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
Or isn't that the Mii's, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that what they're
Yep.
called?
Me's. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they look like that, I don't think it's gonna be as popular.
I'm sure
but-
there'll be real avatars. That was just like my example, I guess. But
Yeah,
they'll be more
yeah.
like The Sims or something, maybe. You know, it's a little bit closer, but
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we got time. They definitely got time.
Yeah.
I think we're moving into a place like that. I just hope it doesn't move too far to where people just sit at home all day, don't do anything, and dick around, and
it turns into that Wall-E movie, right? With
Exactly.
everyone flying around on the little
hover
thing.
chairs
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, virtual workspace, probably talking something realistic, they might be like 10, 15 years still in the making.
Yeah. Yeah, and the cool thing
Similar
is...
to autopilot cars, I would say.
Yeah.
Still 10 to 15 years in the making, probably.
Well, we still kind of got that right now, like low-key.
We're getting close, but like true autopilot.
Close.
Like, I've seen videos, like, where the guy, like, he has, like, the autopilot Tesla beta or whatever, and he, like, kind of talks about, like, how passive it is, which is obviously, like, what you want. You know, like, you want the car to be afraid to, like, fuck up, obviously.
Right, yeah.
But, like, it's really passive right now, you know, like, it will be, like, at the crosswalk, and it will, like, send someone, like, not even on the crosswalk, but it'll be waiting for them to go just to, like, so it can actually feel like it can go forward, you know, shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely kind of the next step in the future, you know. Another pretty solid, safe bet stock here too, Apple, you know. Yep, they've been doing all right, you know, the past couple of months. They also just kind of started something with 8 U.S. states. Currently Arizona and Georgia, I definitely read for sure. They're starting, you know, we have the Apple Wallet, it's called or whatever. They're starting to put like passports and IDs on there and work with TSA companies so that it's all like touchless and stuff going forward. Did you see this as well? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a solid idea. I mean, especially if you can, because right now, whenever I go flying, I always just download the ticket to my phone. I don't actually print out a ticket anymore, and I just scan it on my phone right when I get up to the gates.
Right.
So I mean, if I can do that, and if I can leave my like passport, my wallet, or whatever, I don't if you leave it at home, I guess now.
Right. Yep.
But that way, it's just less clutter to bring around, and especially passports. Like I don't know, for those of you who have a passport. You know that passports are kind of fucking clunky. I mean, it's a big fucking.
They give you a lot of pages.
Yeah, it's a book thing, dude. Yeah. It's kind of a bitch to put in your pocket. So you know you kind of have to bring a bag for it. So I think it'll be nice if they can get it to work.
Yeah, and that's definitely true. Yeah, they just started with those 8 states, so we'll kind of see.
One of the big things I think is making sure the security is there, the encryption is there, because obviously you don't want to lose any of that information.
Right.
Yeah, and how is it going to be too? Are they going to start making it like Apple's going to have to be really secure with it too?
Yep.
Because people are going to be able to possibly get past their firewall and upload a fake ID
also could be as well
onto your phone. Which, if it's a fake ID on the phone, how are you gonna tell the difference between that and a normal one? It's not like you can look at the ID.
Right, and that's
if
a good point.
If it still scans and pulls up a person like a normal fake ID does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if
they can break the firewall and put it onto the phone, that's
Sure, that's a good point as well.
If you like jailbreak it or something, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how you would necessarily do that, but yeah, I mean. Realistically, all it is you send a picture of your ID and you send a picture of your face to verify it, and you're probably good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is actually a really good question and point I never thought of.
Well, I'm sure it's probably gonna need a lot of. You're probably gonna have to submit a shit ton of paperwork just to get this.
Something. Yeah.
There's no way they're just gonna let you have a passport on your phone. And, you know.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, they've started the little touch points, I guess, supposedly in those couple states already. I've read somewhere as well, you know, another next kind of step for them would be to implement it with, like, police, like, cars and stuff. When you pull someone over, I don't have my license, or just like a passport, where something rips, or, you know, it's a paper copy, you lose it, you know, I mean, this way it's in your phone. All you gotta do is, you know, either show it on your phone or tap the officer's scanner or something, you know.
And they're almost gonna have to start doing biometric like lock in and lock outs now, because if somebody steals your phone and gets into it and it has your passport, your passport, your ID, and like all your other stuff, and your credit cards on there, I mean, that's your whole life right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like stealing your wallet.
Yeah, I would say biometric, maybe multiple step biometric, like maybe face, finger, maybe even also a password too. Just
Drop
like,
of blood.
make sure that shit's real secure.
Yeah, dude.
Because that's a lot of stuff to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can go to any store and you can buy something under somebody's name. I mean, if you show them a passport,
Yeah, I believe there's an extra like password on the Apple Wallet right now. I don't know if you use it or not, but
I do.
yeah, I thought there was, isn't there?
Sometimes when you use the cards, you have to put in the code again.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. Okay,
But not always.
sure.
I'm
I'm sure it's after so many 5 uses and it resets or something like that.
Well,
or-
yeah, I'm not sure. For some stuff, it makes me use the code. Some stuff, it doesn't. But I mean, it's
Could be maybe $1 amount, maybe.
It's pretty
Maybe
easy.
depending
Right
on how much
now.
you're spending.
Yeah, it's pretty easy right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah,
We'll
I don't
see,
know.
I guess.
See what happens with that one. Otherwise, like, I got nothing for good stocks today. Disney did almost 2%. Apple did do 1.5%
That's
today,
not
so
bad.
that's pretty good. Roblox, another almost 3%, baby, today.
Dude.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's about it for me.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Pretty shit day overall. Nike down. I invested in Yum, the
Yum,
Taco Bell
the,
company.
Yeah, the one I think we talked about that a few weeks back, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember anymore.
Yeah,
but,
Yum Brands.
Ever since
How are they doing?
no, not good.
Really?
I mean, they're down 2% probably since we talked about it, which was about a week ago when I got in. Maybe a couple weeks ago, but yeah, no, still no bueno here from them for me. But yeah, I'm down 2% since I got in, but that's
Yeah.
alright. Fuck it. They are kind of shit.
What else you got going here?
For stocks, oh god, shit, dude, nothing
Okay,
went
shit,
up for
well,
me.
I'm out on those
Baidu,
too.
Baidu, I'm up 2% today as well, but they've been down for months and months on end. I mean, they've been down for 3 months. Yeah, I definitely don't like them.
Yeah.
We got what was Bitfarms and Bit Digital, most volatile stock ever. If you want to get in something and try your luck, get in those now because they're correlated just with stocks. Today, Bitfarms alone went down 8%. I'm sure BTBT is the other symbol. The other one probably still the same. Really, it is. Every single time Bitcoin drops hard, these drop hard. Every time it goes up hard, they go up hard. I mean, before today, I was up in both of these. Now I'm just down in the Bitfarms one.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunate.
yeah, definitely correlates with that. I'll have to check my Coinbase because Coinbase, I was actually looking real pretty with Coinbase with all my shit.
Yeah, Coinbase probably doing
Yep.
really good.
I've set and forgot about Coinbase, bro, because, for the past 2 months, I mean, fucking crypto
Fuck
is
it.
dog shit, so
Yeah.
why even
Yeah.
look anymore?
I
But
see AMC's up a little today. I'd say it's because Shang-Chi just broke record-breaking sales
I saw
for
that.
tickets finally, at least compared
I
to
saw
the,
that.
for the
I
pandemic.
heard the
for
movie's
whole
not
pandemic.
bad.
I heard it's pretty good. Yeah, I heard the first half is like just like a straight up like one of the best like martial arts films of all time. Like
Yeah.
the fight choreography is really
I
good.
personally did not get gripped by the trailer, so I probably will not see it.
I probably
until
won't go see it in theaters, but I will watch it when it comes out.
Once
like,
it comes
yeah.
out on a streaming platform, I'll
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, I'll
watch
probably
it.
watch it,
But
on a crack
I don't know,
streams.
the trailer's got to get me for me to go see it in theaters. Like
Yeah.
it's got to
To
be
really
something
see
where
it.
I'm like,
like the
that
Free Guy
looks
movie, shit, we
fucking-
never even saw that.
no, did that come out already?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like 2 weeks
dude.
ago,
I'm
so
pretty
we should
sure
probably check
those
it
two,
out.
so, yeah.
Could check it out one night.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Free Guy movie seems pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should check that out one night.
Yeah, we
But-
do do that.
That's my same thing too. Honestly, I didn't even see the
There's-
trailer. If
I
I don't
mean-
see news about something, I don't know. I'm off of it.
Yeah,
Like Spider-Man.
It's kind of cool. I mean, there's definitely like a lot of stuff. I like how you can actually do stuff now. Like it's not everything's locked down anymore. People aren't like being babies about, oh, you can only have 10 people here. Like
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah.
not being babies. Like for example, if anybody in the St. Cloud greater areas need something to do this upcoming week, there is the Circa Italia show going on at the Crossroads Mall all this weekend. It is like a water circus.
Whoa, that's weird.
So I'm gonna be going on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Myself, yeah.
So if you want to meet us, we'll be there Thursday. We'll hang out with you. Probably not. But
Probably
I'm just
not.
kidding.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
probably not.
I'm just
But
kidding. I never even heard of it.
pretty
Like,
cool.
what is it though, or what? Like,
So
what's
have you ever
there?
heard of Cirque du Soleil?
I've
Yeah,
never heard of it.
So Cirque du Soleil is one of the biggest traveling circuses in, I think, the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
They go from city to city. They perform mainly in Las Vegas, but then they also go around, like every couple years they go to the Minneapolis IKEA. They take up literally the entire parking lot, and they put up a giant fucking tent.
Sure. Yep.
The size of like 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And they put on a giant fucking show where it's literally like a giant movie show thing. It's really cool.
So it is
really
like
cool.
a circus. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one is Cirque Italia, which is a water show. So there's like a pool in the middle and shit, and they like do like water,
like high dives or something.
Yeah, high dives and
okay.
stuff like that. Yeah. It's more to it. Like there's a lot of story to it.
It sounds dope. No, it sounds dope.
The Cirque
yeah.
du Soleil and that stuff. There's a lot of story to it. It's not just like a dude walking around with like a fucking elephant.
Like a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they show in the movies where circuses are just like them fucking around. It's a lot more of like a story.
It's more of a choreographed play, and they do crazy shit.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So pretty cool. It's pretty cheap too. Like
Interesting.
nosebleeds are like $10. So.
Is it like multiple times a day throughout the week, or what? Is
Yeah,
it one
I think
a night?
I think it's once a night because it's kind of a
Yeah, it's
I think
probably
it's
a lot to do.
kind of a long show from what I hear.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was a noon one or a 6 p.m. or something. But
yeah,
I've never seen it. So.
They're fully set up. The tents are all out right now on the back of the Crossroads Mall. It's pretty crazy when you drive by. So,
kind of like by Shields, that backside, or
yeah,
what? Yeah, okay.
kind of back by there. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you got that going. Otherwise, switching gears here a little bit. We have some stuff in the Middle East. People have been talking about that for weeks now. I think the media finally got over it. They're switching back to... I saw this new... It kind of made me crack up a little bit, but there's some kind of weird, like, new virus in some fucking bum country or whatever. Some third world country, and they're like... They're rushing to make sure it doesn't spread, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm so done on viruses.
Yeah, no, me too.
Like, I do not care about viruses anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you tell me there's a man-eating one, I'll probably be like, I don't care. I'm still going out. I'm still going to the bars. I don't care. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But... Main thing we're talking about, Taliban, Middle East, USA. We're talking about joining forces right now, actually. A lot of people are speculating that the Taliban are going to be one of the US's, not more revered allies, but that we are going to be helping them just to maintain control. And unfortunately, from the sounds of it, is we're going to be pulling back to kind of what we did in the 80s and the 90s, where we actually feed weapons to the Taliban to fight other insurgent groups in the area, which is what we did. Those of you who don't know, we actually fed Al-Qaeda weapons in the 80s and 90s. Yep, we fed them weapons to fight other insurgents in the area and to fight Russia, obviously with the Cold War and everything going on. And then after that, the Al-Qaeda was like, fuck these United States guys. They're doing the same shit. They're just here for the oil. So then they were like, well, fuck these guys. So that's when they started fighting us. And now it looks like we're going to cycle back, give the Taliban weapons and money, and I don't know. They're also upset about, have you heard about these non-functioning American planes and tanks and stuff?
why are they upset about it though, or what?
I
'cause they're in
think
the way,
I
or-
think they thought that we were just gonna leave all that military equipment, like all the Afghan tanks and stuff that they left behind. I think they thought we were just gonna leave those there, which we did.
Yeah.
But we took out all the shit that makes them run.
Yep. Yeah. I heard that.
Which is
yep.
what I figured they'd probably do. Like when everybody was posting on, oh, look at this big stockpile of, they got 16 jets now. And it's like,
Yeah.
you really think they left the jets like
I would hope
perfectly
No.
running for them?
Yeah.
No. They probably pulled out the motherboard and all the panels and all the chips and all the shit that makes it run
Yep.
and burn that shit. And
Yeah, they did. I remember. Yeah, there were reports that they disabled all the equipment and even the computers on the inside and the not SD cards, but like the memory and shit from the
Yeah.
computers and deleted and burned everything. Not burned everything, but like shredded stuff with the American flag
Sure.
and all that shit
Yeah.
too. So I remember that they did that. But wasn't there a thing about them not letting like 5 planes leave the airport a couple
I
years
saw
ago?
that. I don't know what happened with that.
I never saw what ended up with that.
I don't.
Either, but
I think honestly, I think it was more clickbait than anything because I haven't heard anything about that.
yeah.
Because let me just if there's something that happened, I bet for sure it'd be on the news feed.
Right.
Which
Because I remember I saw the headline and I did
got
click on it
nothing.
just to read, the first couple lines of it, and that was about it. I figured it would come up again somewhere, honestly. But basically, yeah, they were trying to get demands from the U.S. before they let these 4 or 5 planes leave
Yeah.
or something.
I'm
and-
guessing there was some kind of alternative thing where like there were some Al Qaeda members trying to escape on there or something like that.
something.
Because again, for those of you who don't know, the Taliban fucking hate Al Qaeda.
Yep.
Like, they're literally like Green Bay Packers and Vikings fans. Like, they fucking hate each other.
For Vikings and Bear fans.
Bears are okay.
No,
It's
fuck
not the
Bears.
same for the Bears. Like, the Bears, and then the Lions, everybody's like, oh, hi. That's like Iran in this whole thing, They're just kind of
Oh my God.
they're just kind of off in the corner, and they're like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
How's the last place going, bud?
Yeah, how's the last place?
How's no one cares about you, land?
Yeah, that's how the Lions are. We'll see how they go this year with your boy Goff. That'll be fucking interesting, I guess.
That's about the only thing.
0 and
good for
16,
them we
17, 0 and 17.
That's the only good thing they have going for them. Do we need to switch into NFL or what here?
I got one more thing.
Go for
I
it.
actually just found this. Let me see when this article was posted.
Yeah,
Guys,
I personally
it's not
haven't
even-
looked at.
It's not
a
even
lot
going to
of
give
that.
me a time, but it was today. Corresponding to Minneapolis residents, they actually the judge rejected the Minneapolis ballot language on defunding the police.
Yep.
They held an emergency meeting to revise today, actually. Basically, I think what they were pushing through was what they wanted to, was to actually defund the police and give them less funding and less money. And I'm guessing that didn't go through because that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You want these cops to like be better trained and to not fuck up? You gotta pay the police system more so they train them better.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
I think I saw a thing when this whole thing started that the Canadian cops, I think they go through like a 1 or 2 year training program
Yeah, I believe
just
so.
to
I've
be
heard
a
that too.
police officer. The United States, it's like 12 weeks. It's like basic training
Yeah.
for the military, which people think once you do basic training in the military, you're done. You're a soldier. You're good to go.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
Yep.
That's your entry level training, and then you go on and you do another, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yeah.
11 months of training,
Yep.
depending on what your job is and what you want to do.
Yep.
Whereas the police, they don't do that. You
That
have
is
your
true.
basic training, and then it's like, all right, Here-
Go for it.
here's your gun.
Yep. Here's your badge and your gun.
Here's your badge and your gun. Don't shoot anybody.
Well, and because they did, and because I don't remember, they weren't called the police. They were called the.
Oh, the protection thing.
Yes.
What was that?
Yep,
Oh,
that's what
man.
they were called. Some protection something, and yeah, it looks like the Minneapolis residents finally overturned it and wanted to bring back
The police.
actual police
Well,
so
yeah,
that they can do
because-
more shit because they realized their community can't. It says due to the given rise to criminals that sadly came true, basically before basically what we figured was going to happen.
Yeah, and you knew that was going to happen. If you take these officers away and take away their taser, take away their gun, what do you think's going to happen when a gangbanger's running around and fucking shooting up a store? What's a cop with a fucking baton supposed to do?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
Yep. Bring out the finger.
We're gonna tell on you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
what's your last name so I can call your mom, right?
Yeah, like, sir, stay here while I write your name down.
Yeah.
Oh, he's running. Okay, well, don't.
See you
We're
tomorrow.
gonna chase you, but don't run too slow, or otherwise we might have to tackle you, and we can't tackle you because then it'll be a hate crime.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember what they could or couldn't do. I know the rules were like lowered of what they could actually do, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
So luckily, then they brought them back finally.
Luckily, we're back in black with blue and black, buddy. The police, bro.
That was
terrible.
Oh, come on. I thought it was maybe a good slogan.
Back in black.
Back in ACDC.
Talking about the cops. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Back in blue and black. There you go. There.
We're going to hopefully get to a better place now. Let's just say that.
Yeah. All right, fuck it. Let's go into football. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's give the listeners what they want to hear.
What they came for.
NFL, baby. Thursday night football. This is the moment we have been waiting for. We drafted like 2-3 weeks ago. Yep. I've been jacked. I thought it was the regular season last week. So I'm like way too prepared for this game here. But yeah, I mean, what is this? Week 1?
Yep, I remember the Cowboys played on Thursday.
I had this. What the fuck? I had this pulled up. I'm kind of pissed off that this is doing this to me right now. Here we go. Thursday and Bucks. Or Cowboys and Bucks.
Thursday.
Fuck
Cowboys.
me, dude. Cowboys and Bucks. First game of the year. Dak Prescott back and alive. I was going to say back in black, but that's kind of...
no. I guess we can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. So, Dak Prescott back. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers back in action, baby. Trying to go for double trouble Super Bowls, trying to accomplish what the Chiefs could not accomplish last year. Yep. Who do we have winning this first game? Who do we think is going to reign victorious in this first game? On one hand, you got Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, and Zeke looking to rewrite a crappy season that they had last year from Dak going down and the injuries with Zeke.
Yeah, they gotta be pretty hungry.
But then you have the all-hungry Buccaneers with Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and their all-renewed defense that they got.
So
what do we think's gonna happen?
Did the Bucks win the wild card last year? Because they didn't win the division. The Bucks were 50-50, I believe, starting the season. So I know that they weren't first or second seed. I'm almost positive they weren't even second. But that's almost why I want to lean let's go Cowboys. But at the same time, who's changed on the offense for the Bucks? I mean, there's been barely any moves. I don't think there's a rookie I know of on their team.
I would think, if anything, the synergy has gotten better, and I think they could hopefully still be riding the momentum of last year from winning. So I think the Bucks are probably in a pretty good position.
Okay. Well, and now as far as it goes, too, who are our Thursday night standouts? Because a lot of people are going to be sitting there looking at their lineups tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be sitting there being like, oh, shit, well, who do I start on this team? I got Evans and I got Godwin. I don't know how you got both those players on your fantasy team, but kudos to you.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, I only want to start one of them. I don't know. Or you got Amari Cooper and Mike Evans on the team, and you got Zeke and you got
Ronald Jones. I would be out on Ronald Jones unless you're playing him as a flex. Let's maybe start running backs. Elliott, you got to play Elliott. Obviously you picked him in the first round. If you picked him in the second, still fucking play him. I don't know why you picked him in the second round. Maybe
Good luck.
Maybe you played against your 10 kids or something in a league or something.
God.
Definitely think Ronald Jones and Fournette is the other running back in Tampa Bay still, I believe.
I believe he is.
Yeah.
I think the only issue there is that Fournette and Ronald Jones, like last year, are going to be splitting time. Fournette's going to be your big third down back. Ronald Jones is going to be your 1 to 3 down back. So obviously Ronald Jones is going to be getting more of the workload. I just don't know if he's got the explosive power going into these later seasons to be able to get to that second level.
They have, sorry, go ahead. I don't know why I jumped in there.
And get to the second level and really score when they get close to the end zone. You know they're putting in Fournette.
Yep.
Yeah,
What were you saying?
So what I believe is Jones, Fournette, and then Bernard.
Oh yeah, and Bernard too.
They got Giovanni Bernard and even Keyshawn Vaughn, who it wasn't a big name, stuff, but it is a name I've heard as well before. They got 4 running backs in there.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking Bernard may get 5 to 7 touches. I wouldn't even pick him in your FanDuel league. Yeah, those FanDuel leagues. Different salary caps and stuff. I wouldn't even put him in there. I think it's a big risk there. If you want to throw one of those 2 running backs in there and take a chance, in a flex spot, depending on your bench, with the other teams, go ahead and throw Ronald Jones or Fournette in there. Zeke is definitely going to take 91% of the touches, in the Cowboys backfield there. I don't think Pollard's going to get much work unless something were to happen with Elliott, I should say, in that backfield. But I think running back wise, you almost got to go just with Elliott as the easy one there.
Yeah.
Or would you, if you got Dak and Brady on your lineup, let's say you grab Brady in one of the last rounds, which one? Where would you go this one? Just based on the defenses they're playing as well.
This one, I'd probably go Dak, just because I think there's a lot of risk, but there's a lot of reward too. Before Dak got injured, he was throwing up crazy numbers. I mean, he was looking like an MVP.
Going for a record-breaking season.
Yeah, I mean, he was just doing all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if he's going to be quite like that. I don't think anybody knows. But I think I'd rather take the risk there than Tom Brady, because Tom Brady's never been a good fantasy quarterback.
Yep.
All of his guys, typically he just throws these little short passes and relies a lot on his running backs, and he only has... the offense usually isn't on the field for that long under Tom Brady's teams, just because he's so efficient that the defenses usually have a little more time on the field.
Dak definitely would have probably finished, top 5 about for quarterbacks last season. Tom Brady did still finish top 8 for fantasy points, above Lamar Jackson, above Herbert as well, So it's not a terrible, if you got Tom Brady, definitely play him, of course. He's top 10 quarterback at the end of the day. What are you thinking about, should we move down to tight ends? We got Gronk on the Bucks, and then we got Blake Jarwin on the Cowboys. Yeah, they're both pretty gross.
I don't like either of those guys.
They're both pretty gross.
I would say if you have either one of those guys, try to trade them.
We're going to draft pick for next year or something.
Yeah, just retire now. Gronk's not a bad pick. I mean, He's definitely was solid in the playoffs, but everybody who's ever been a Gronk fan knows that he sucks in the regular season and he's a monster in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's just what he is. I think he just fucks around in the regular season. And then once they get to the playoffs, he's just like a monster.
Either that or, they just don't play him that much. There's not as much film on him, and the defenses focus off the tight end. And then when it comes down to the playoffs, all right, Gronk, this ball's coming to you, buddy. You know what I mean? Then they send out the Gronk plays. They bring out that playbook for the playoffs,
True,
which is also kind of why I felt that, they did 50-50 right away to start out the season,
Yeah.
And maybe they were just trying to fool everyone and maybe get their groove with Brady too,
Yeah.
We got a lot of wide receivers. Let's throw them all in here and, pick our best couple. We got Cooper on the Cowboys. We got CeeDee Lamb. We got Gallup as well on the team there.
I think
Bucks, we got Evans, Scotty Miller, and Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown.
I think if I were to pick one from each team, I'd probably go CeeDee Lamb and Godwin, personally.
Yep.
Obviously, I did go Godwin in one of my leagues, but
I'm pretty high on Godwin. I think he's going to have a really good year. I think Mike Evans is going to start declining as he's getting older. He's been in the league for a while. People don't realize that.
Yep.
And then CeeDee Lamb is if Dak can connect to him like he did before he got hurt, holy fuck, he's about to have a monster year.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna say, just to be a little different, I'm also high on Godwin as well. Had him on my team last year, I'm pretty sure. And he's more of a yards receiver than a touchdown. He still got plenty of touchdowns for me last year.
Yep.
He's right behind Mike Evans for the touchdowns last year, but the yards add up, and especially in whether you're in a full or a half PPR league, that 0.5 for the catch plus the yards after it, obviously you still get it for the touchdown, but the yards do add up at the end of the day, just to get some before the touchdown as well. And then I'm going to go Cooper, I think, on the Cowboys here. Just because, he's still their number one guy.
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb, if it was in a draft, I would definitely pick Lamb over, Amari Cooper. The only problem is, we saw how good the Bucs defense is.
Yep.
Their cornerbacks are studs. I honestly think Gallup may be a pretty decent sleeper this week if you need to throw him in on a flex. Just because as the third wide receiver there, Blake Jarwin probably won't get the ball that tight end in Dallas there. I mean, he's a no-name, he's a good sleeper pick as well, I think, for late round draft still, for just someone that, see what happens there. But I think Gallup may also have a high upside this week as well, but just to throw my name out there and be a little different than you, I'm going with Cooper, number one wide receiver for Dallas this week. Q-Tip? You got any wide receiver picks for either of those teams there?
I honestly wouldn't. I couldn't say it.
That's okay.
That's too tough for me, honestly.
So going after that, we'll go into a little bit more on our fantasy football video. Keep a lookout there. We're gonna probably go over a little more on what we just went over, but we're gonna touch a lot more on the actual Sunday games, Saturday games. Just quick before we get into our kind of special thing that we've been talking about for a couple days now. What game are we most excited for with the first week, and what player are you most looking forward to seeing for the maybe not the first time, but the first time in the regular season? Yeah. I'm really excited to watch the Panthers. I have McCaffrey not only in our league, but I got first pick again in a different league this year, and I was like, fuck, dude, I have to go with McCaffrey again. I wanted to switch it up. He's projected 80 more points for fantasy than number 2, who's Kamara in most leagues. So I had to go with him. And I'm also excited for Sam Darnold as well. Yeah. We didn't see him do amazing on the Jets. We saw him do fine, but the Jets have a shitty, offensive line. The Panthers have had a good one. Mike Davis did fine stepping in for McCaffrey last year as well. I think Darnold may do pretty decent, this week. So I'm kind of actually really excited to watch them. Yep. I think the Jets this week are just not going to have it together against Carolina. I picked up their defense. That is a good question. The Jets have not had it together. No. They got some good potential here with the new quarterback there, but. I think week 1, I just don't think they'll be on the same page yet to go against the Panthers offense there.
Yeah, I'm honestly really just looking forward towards the Bucs and the Cowboys. I want to see how both of these teams are doing.
Heck yeah.
I also want to see how the Chargers and Herbert are doing. I'm really curious to see how that team looks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had a monster first season last year. Anybody who had him on your team, that he was just a beast out of nowhere.
Yep.
I'm really excited to see what he does in year 2. I hope he follows in almost like a Carson Wentz-esque footsteps to where he just propels to MVP status. Hopefully he doesn't get that injury that Carson Wentz had.
Right.
But I am also excited for that. My biggest thing I'm probably excited for, I want to see Mac Jones, man.
Yeah,
that's
Mac Jones with the Patriots.
Well.
I want to see this kid. He's playing the Dolphins, so it's kind of a cheese matchup. The Dolphins, their offense has been pretty solid the last couple of years. I think their defense has been the biggest lackey on the Dolphins. So I'm hoping that they obviously got a little better. But I also just kind of want to see what Mac Jones has to offer now being the sole quarterback in that room now. Well, maybe not the sole one, but the main, the
Yep.
head honcho, the main guy.
Starting
who's
job.
ready.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty jacked for that. The Saints game is still going on. For those of you freaking out, they are playing it at the TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Packers versus Saints, 3:25 Central Time on Sunday. They did find a spot for that, obviously with the whole hurricanes and all that.
Yeah,
I
Yep.
heard.
I heard week 8 about is when they're expected
Yeah,
to return.
I
I think
heard
their
the
bye week is
whole-
7 or 8.
Well,
so
the whole
it's-
state I heard is just fucked.
Yeah. I
Like
don't
even
doubt it.
I've heard it's worse than Katrina in some places.
Dang, that is really rough. Man.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know a lot of National Guards are down there helping out. I think there's some people from the Minnesota National Guard went down there as well. But hopefully they're all okay. But let's move into our special thing. Q-Tip, do you want to lead us off here?
With my picks, sure.
So what we did is we kind of went way too early with this whole football season. We're starting at the end, at the beginning.
Yep.
We are picking our top teams that are going to go to the new playoff format, as well as what team we think will win the Super Bowl.
Yep. Do we want to start off with divisions and work our way to
I
the
think we should
bracket?
just start with the divisions and we can
Yeah,
go to the bracket.
yeah. Let's start with divisions. Q-Tip, who do you got for your AFC?
East?
Yeah, East. All right, we're starting on East. Is that
Yep,
the top
That's
one?
where
East
I
is
went.
top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
East, North, South, and the West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AFC East. Let's do
Yep,
it.
I got the Bills in the AFC East.
Bills. Okay. Okay.
Yep, I'm on the same page. with
Same
Bills.
page for me. I think
Bills.
just about everybody thinks the Bills gonna win that division this year. Not much competition.
The only
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say the only stud in all 4 of those teams, the Jets, Patriots, and the Dolphins, is
Yeah.
Josh Allen on the Bills. So
Yeah.
I mean,
and the Bills, they had a monster last year. I think
Thanks.
they're gonna have a really good year this year.
I think so too as well.
AFC North.
Steelers.
Yep.
Steelers. Okay.
I got Steelers taking
You
the
had the
dub.
Steelers as well. Okay.
Yep.
I actually went with the Browns on this one.
Ooh, the
I
Browns,
think
huh?
yeah, I think they're gonna do well this year. You got Myles Garrett coming back. I just think they're really gonna. I think what's weird to say it too, because they're just so bad past 20
Yep.
plus years.
Yep.
I think they're gonna be a really consistent team moving forward, where they're
Yeah.
consistently
Yep.
fighting for playoff contention
And getting better. throughout
and
the
getting
year,
better. Yeah, which is again super weird, but.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, that they've still kept faith with Baker Mayfield. He's not awful, and they keep, using the running
I
backs,
think
and that's
Baker
their
Mayfield's
offense,
a lot
but-
better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, maybe that's just what it
Well,
is.
why
and
are
they don't
you
showcase
why are
him
you
enough,
guys so
but-
high on the Steelers, Q-Tip?
I have a feeling that coming off of last season, I think that they're just going to be more consistent, especially with other teams who are making a lot of different changes.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think
I
they
agree
can
with
perform.
that.
They can
Yep.
perform more consistently than other teams.
Yeah, they got Deontay Johnson. I believe he's coming off a 2 or 3
yeah.
year. They got Claypool as well. He's coming
Yeah.
off 2 or 3 years. I can't remember.
2.
I thought they were both 2, but yeah, they're
Claypool's
give
a
or
rookie
take.
last year.
Yeah. Yep. And Big Ben was fine, last year. They were the only team to go, 12-0, I believe, starting off the year last year. I do think that they pull away with the victory here. I don't think the Ravens, put up too much. I think they'll be okay. The Browns would be my second pick, though. In that
I'd
division.
say
I
so as
think
Yep.
I think the Ravens would have taken the cake if Gus Edwards didn't get hurt.
J.K. Dobbins.
Or J.K.
Yep,
Dobbins,
yep,
sorry.
Yep.
If J.K. Dobbins didn't have a season-ending injury,
Yep.
I think I would have been higher on the Ravens than I am. But because of that and their worries, but you saw who they signed today, right?
Oh, no.
Le'Veon Bell, baby.
Yep.
Oh,
Bell's
okay,
back.
okay.
Le'Veon
Did see
Bell
that.
to them. So we're going to see how that plays out. He is old as shit now.
Yep.
But
He's been doing all right the last couple of
We'll
years.
see.
When they need him, he puts out. So, yeah.
just
See what
like Brad's
happens.
mom.
Yep.
Goddamn. Go on, Kathleen.
AFC South.
I got the Titans.
I got the Titans as
And
well.
the Titans.
Yep, that's a dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway that other than the Titans, they're kind of garbo. I think the only close contender is going to be Jacksonville
I would say Seattle's one.
or
Yeah,
the
Jaguars.
Colts.
I was thinking the Colts.
I don't think the Texans are going to do shit. They've started Tyrod Taylor over Deshaun Watson. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking.
legal reasons.
But I think the Colts will do good. We just don't know what kind of Carson Wentz we're going to get. And I think Jacksonville might do good. We just don't know what Trevor Lawrence is going to bring to the table.
Yep.
And with the Titans super team pulling Lakers here, which honestly we should probably go into that at some point too. But the Titans, holy shit, that team looks stacked.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think Tannehill is going to have a monster season. That's why I was high on him. I grabbed a Julio. He just kind of fell to me. I felt like I kind of had to pick him. If I had to pick between A.J. Brown and Julio, I would say it's a top toss-up this year. I don't know which one will do better. It depends on what the defenses are going to do. Are they going to, get on Julio because he's the veteran there, or A.J. Brown because he did so well last year, I think Tannehill has two monster receivers now this year. He still has Derrick Henry, and they can pound it through that way, bring the defense in closer, faking the run with Henry, their beast, and then toss it off the outside,
It's bonkers.
Yep. Their defense is, I believe their defense is pretty
solid.
average, but it's above average, I know for sure, but, nothing dog shit
I think pretty much
Houston.
Everybody's projections are going to have Titans winning that division this year.
Yep.
I don't think there's really too much play until we get to like week 10. Then there's obviously going to be somebody be like, oh, the Colts are going to do it.
Yep.
They're going to beat them out. You're like,
Yep.
yeah. So,
Yep.
moving on, AFC West.
I got KC.
I got Chiefs.
KC.
Yep.
This one is tough for me. I think the Chargers are going to put up a fight, but in the end, I think KC is going to take the cake.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can beat Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey.
Yeah,
I don't think there's nothing.
Much like the Bucs, not a roster that really hasn't seen much change. We'll probably perform pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually looked at CBS Sports put out a 32 team ranking. They do have the Broncos at number 13 out of 32 teams. The Chargers are 21, so way below the Broncos, and then the Raiders are, I believe, 23 or 24 after that. So they are pretty high on the Broncos. I am excited to see what Teddy does for that offense.
I think so too. I think it's a good fit
with Judy, down there.
Yeah, I think it's a really good fit. I think Teddy's a good quarterback. I think he's really got solid ever since coming back from his injury.
Yeah.
He's obviously not the same guy he was in Minnesota.
Yep.
But I think the Broncos have a good support staff around him to where he could probably succeed being Jerry Jeudy and a couple other...
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton, a couple other guys. I think he'll have an okay year. I don't know if he's going to be playoff bound, but I think that's kind of the same deal with like the Jacksonville's kind of how I have them.
Yep.
Where I think they could do it if they set their minds to it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're going to be... I see them being maybe like a 9-7 team.
Yeah.
Or a 9-8?
8 now, 17.
Oh,
yep.
Okay,
yep,
so a
yep.
10-7 team.
Yep. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, isn't it?
Moving on, NFC.
Your
best division in the League of Football.
NFC East. I got the Cowboys.
Yep. Cowboys.
You got the boys too.
I got Washington actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I took Washington as well.
Yep.
Q-Tip, why'd you take the boys?
I took the Cowboys. I think they're looking pretty hungry after last season, and I think their competition, for the most part, is not as good.
I agree.
Yeah.
The only reason I took Washington is because of that defense, baby.
Yep.
You got, Chase Young, bro. That dude is a monster.
Yep, I believe they're top 3 defense.
He's gonna
rated in the
be.
league again
He's
this
gonna
year.
be the next. God, what's the dude's name from the Texans? J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the top defensive player for the next 5+ years. Just watch. I mean, that kid is just he's a superhero, dude.
Yeah. Yep, I'm super high on them as well. I love Fitzpatrick this year as a low-key quarterback there. I do have a 2-quarterback league draft tomorrow, so when you're listening to this, you might catch it in time before it starts. Otherwise, it's fine, but I might try and snag him as my QB2. I think he's just going to chuck the ball down. They're going to hand it off to Antonio Gibson, great running back. They got McKissick, I believe, is the secondary back there as well, so they got 2 options there that are both going to be amazing this year. Fitzpatrick has got the long ball down. He's just got a cannon. I think they are going to do well. The Cowboys are going to be very close. I think Washington pulls through, but they will give them a run for their money.
I'm pretty low on Giants and Eagles this
Yep.
year. I think Giants, realistically, I think they are probably the worst elite team in the league this year. I don't know what
Probably
your
close,
rating
yeah.
system says the Giants are at, but I think I probably have them as the worst team.
The CBS Sports says ranked 22 over teams
What?
like the Panthers, Cincinnati,
What?
the Falcons are ranked 29.
Who's the worst team?
The worst? I'll give you the bottom 3. These are obvious, dude. This is the general consensus. It's got to be of everyone. Texans,
Yeah,
the
okay,
worst.
Yeah, okay.
We go to the Lions, 31st
I'll take
ranked,
that, yeah.
and the Jets, 30th worst team ranked
Okay,
going
I'll
into
take
the season.
that. I'll accept that, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Giants are pretty bad.
Yeah. I definitely agree as well. I did my own ranks.
I think
moved
it's
them
probably
down,
because
so.
Saquon, they're rating him a little higher, but I don't know. We'll
Yep.
see.
On paper, they got some good. I mean, they got Galladay, but Daniel Jones just has sucked
He's
in the
just
preseason
garbage,
too.
dude.
He threw another interception,
Dude, he's
about
been-
5 or 8 yards from the touchdown.
He's just like a Sam Darnold, bro. He's like the same thing that they had on the Jets. He's just not very good in that. I don't know. I think he's a fine quarterback, but he's just not good in the Giants system.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is
But
there.
whatever. I guess they get paid the big bucks to make those decisions. I guess.
Yep.
Hometown heroes, baby. NFC North.
I took the Bears.
Bears. Okay.
Yeah, I got the Bears. I think. I mean, you got the Lions, obviously.
The
and
Tigers.
Then, wait, is the Tigers?
No.
What? I'm confused.
The
All right.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my.
Oh yes, okay. Now I see what you're saying. And then the Vikings.
Sorry.
The Vikings.
Sorry.
I think I would take the Vikings second probably over this over
Oh,
Green
okay.
Bay. I don't
Really?
think Green
Okay.
Bay. I think Green Bay, the synergy is going to be lacking there with the
Yeah.
internal issues they've been having with
Okay.
Rodgers and who was
Yep.
it?
Adams, the wide receiver.
Adams, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I think the synergy won't be there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am the other way. I think the last dance is coming from Green Bay. Give them the MJ train. I think they're going to both lay it up. I'm super high on Adams and Rodgers this year. If you get them both stacked on your team, I think you're going to win your division hands down. That is my bold prediction for this whole year. I got Green Bay winning this league. Or this division.
Division, yeah.
Yep.
I'm also pretty high on Green Bay. It was between them and the Vikes, actually. I do think the Vikes are going to be a close second. Unless the Bears decide to man up and put Justin Fields in, then it's a different story. But with Andy Dalton, I don't think they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
Vikings, I think they have a lot of moving pieces. I think if we get the Dalvin Cook of last year and we get the Kirk Cousins of a couple years back and you mesh those together, I think you got a playoff team.
Yep.
But it's just going to really depend on what shows up.
Yeah.
Pretty much week 6 through 13 is kind of going to be the deciding factor. Because typically Minnesota teams aren't too good in the winter stretch, which is weird because we're a winter fucking team.
Yep.
But we're really good right away and right at the end.
Yep.
So we're going to see how it plays out, but I do have Green Bay also winning this division. NFC South.
Got the Bucks.
Do you not have the Bucks, Josh?
I do have the Bucks.
I have the Bucks too.
Yeah.
I think that's
no
pretty
question.
easy.
This
Um,
is kind of a difficult division.
The Falcons, I'm not very high on them this year. The Saints, I'm also not very high on them this year. I think if you have Kamara, you're looking pretty, but other than that, I'm not too high on them. I think the Saints are going to be circa 2018, 2019, where they throw up huge numbers, but they don't really do much.
Sure.
Because Jameis Winston, that's how he was on the Bucks. He was
Yep.
a crazy fantasy quarterback.
Yep.
But they always went 8-8. So I think we're gonna get a similar Saints team this year.
Yeah.
And then the Panthers obviously are up there. We just don't know
Sam
who's
Darnold.
gonna show up and
Yep.
who's not. Kind of the same thing with the Vikings.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Saints do have a chance. I mean, hey, Winston's got that LASIK surgery done, man, so he can see colors now this year. So hopefully the interceptions go down for him on that offense. They got Kamara, they got Michael Thomas that'll come back after week 7 or 8. Due to that injury there and being on the PUP list. But I think they're gonna give the Bucks not a run for their money, but maybe
Close.
maybe they'll step on the heel of the shoes
Yeah.
or something. But like I mentioned too before, the Bucs did start off 6-6 last season.
Yeah.
Now they do have that chemistry. They finally have clicked. They found obviously their groove. Halfway through last
Yep.
season. So maybe they just pick up where they left off too. But we'll have to see.
See what happens there. And the last one, the NFC West.
This is the hardest section for me, actually.
I agree.
I
Yep.
would say I took the Rams.
Rams. I got Arizona Cards.
I think this is definitely the toughest division in football this
Yep.
year. All those teams are pretty darn good, minus I'd say San Fran, but they're honestly not that bad compared to some of these other teams.
Yep.
I'm also in on the Rams. I think with that Matt Stafford trade, that was all LA. They
Yep.
won that trade easy.
Yep.
Matt Stafford is a gunslinger. He's been throwing up numbers all year long. Even once he lost Megatron, he was still throwing up numbers. I think with their top 5 defense mixed with the weapons of Cooper Kupp
Yep.
and a few others, Robert Woods and a few others on the LA Rams, I think they're gonna go pretty fucking far this year.
Yeah, that rankings again, going back to CBS, they do have the Rams as ranked 4th overall for all teams,
Yeah.
right ahead of the Bills, Ravens, Green Bay as well. So they are pretty high on them as well. I
Yeah.
definitely agree. They are a big contender there. I just think Kyler Murray lights it up again. Hopefully he doesn't get injured like last year. He's still
I
got
think
D-Hop.
that's the biggest worry.
That is the biggest, kind of teeter whether this division goes their way or not. I'm surprised you didn't say Seahawks because you're the DK super fan, Metcalf.
I am. I think they're gonna do well. I just don't think they're gonna do as well as the Rams are. Because I think the Rams are gonna be really good this year.
Yeah.
Q-Tip, who were your AFC Wild Cards?
Let me pull it up here.
That's all good.
AFC Wild Cards. So I have, what I pulled up is, I pulled up the Titans and the Pats. And
Yep.
I pulled up the Bengals and the Chargers. And then I pulled up the Steelers and the Bills.
Okay.
And then you got the Chiefs winning division then, right?
Yep, Chiefs are the winners, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Titans winning this division here. Chiefs close second, with the Patriots as well coming into the bracket here. I got the Chargers and the Ravens as well, and the Steelers and Buffalo Bills to finish it off there for me.
Yep. I'm pretty similar. I just got the Chiefs winning the division. Titans a close second. Followed, and then you got the Browns, Bengals, Baltimore, Chargers, and the Bills as well. Moving up, week 2, which is actually, or the second week of the playoffs. It's
Yep.
actually kind of the most interesting one. I don't know how you guys fared on that. I actually have the Chiefs beating out the Titans in
Yep.
that second game.
That's what I had too, yep.
Yep.
If-
I
as long
actually
as
have the
that's-
Titans.
As long as that's how the bracket.
Yeah,
shows
so
up.
I was gonna say,
That's
disclaimer,
absolutely.
for when we made this, we picked those 4 teams in the divisions. We made, our first and last choices kind of, and then we just kind of filter them out as best we could. This order could definitely change, but we kind of think these are the, top 7 teams from each side going into the bracket there.
However it makes it, whatever.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say, my next 4 teams I have advancing, obviously I have the Texans winning that division there, so
Yep.
they're still, there. I'm on that bye week. I have the Chiefs, Chargers, and the Bills moving on in that second bracket. I do have the Titans and Chargers moving on after that, and then the Titans winning the AFC Championship there.
Wow.
Taking a peek into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I have the Bills going pretty far. Baltimore picking up a game. I have the Titans picking up a game, losing to the Chiefs. So Chiefs Bills. I think the Chiefs are gonna pull it out and get back to the Super Bowl yet again.
Yeah, I
You
have
tip?
the Chiefs also coming back to the Super Bowl as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go to
NFC side.
NFC.
Q-tip.
Yep, yeah, so on my NFC side, I had the Cowboys and the Saints, I had the Bears and the Rams, and Packers and the Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a different one. I was like, damn, I should have put the Saints in there, dude, because I do like the Saints, like I said, this
Yep.
year. I have the Bucs winning the division, like I said, too. I
Yep.
know Q-Tip does, too. But
Yep.
the
I had
Cowboys,
Bucs
I
as
have...
well, yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
about
yep. They technically have the bye week, so.
Yeah.
My first couple teams here, Cowboys and Washington I have moving on, getting into this bracket here. The Packers and the Panthers as well, just because I'm giving the Panthers a shot. I think they're going to sneak in there, be an upside down there.
Yep.
I got the Cardinals and the Seahawks, the game of the birds as well down there. Moving on to the second round, obviously the Bucs with their bye week playing against Dallas. I have Bucs moving on from there. Packers versus the Cardinals. I have the Packers moving on. I think this last dance is going to bring the Packers to their NFC championship this year over the Bucs. Get the Bucs out of the Super Bowl. Get Kansas City out of there. I got Titans Packers for the Super Bowl, baby. See what happens.
Titans, Packers.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
What do you got?
So I went Bucks, and then I got Panthers, Rams, Washington, Seahawks, Packers, and the Cards. I got Rams picking up that first game along with Washington and the Cardinals. I do think the Cardinals are going to best Washington in a game of explosive offense versus explosive defense.
Yep.
With the Rams besting the Bucks. Past that, I do think the Rams are going to beat out the Cardinals to get to the Super Bowl this year with the Chiefs-Rams Super Bowl. Q-Tip, who did you say you had going to the Super Bowl? Did you get that far yet?
Yep. So I again actually have the Chiefs and the Bucs running it back.
Chiefs and the Bucs running it back. Chiefs and Rams. You have Titans, Packers.
Yep.
I have the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Ah.
I have the Bucs running it back.
Bucks for round 2. I got the Titans, dude. I'm high on that offense. You already know. Let's see it happen, Ryan. Baby. See what happens. Get her done.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good projection. Will hold us to it. Winner of this projection, whoever gets the most right guesses, kind of like a March Madness bracket, is going to be able to choose one other person to do the Blazin' Challenge at B-Dubs.
Oh, God.
So there's only 3 of us.
There's only 3 of us, yeah. So you got a pretty good chance of not having to do it.
We'll figure something out. We're gonna do some hot wings, something. But,
Blazin' Challenge.
Maybe eating 3 blazing wings in a row.
Blazin' Challenge.
We'll have to discuss this a little more.
You just
after.
eat a thing of blazing wings. You'll be okay.
There's hope, Josh.
How many blazing wings? That's the question.
I think it's like 10 or 12.
I can eat maybe 3. I don't even know about that.
Put them in a blender. I still couldn't eat more than 3, bro. Shit. We'll see what happens there, but it should be a dope year, especially with these, these actual videos coming out as well. We're gonna try and get them every Thursday morning is the current plan. We'll kind of see what happens as we roll through here. Yeah, I'm super excited. Who do you think, Josh, is gonna be top dog this year for fantasy quarterback?
I think you're gonna have Patrick Mahomes again running it back. I don't think Lamar is going to be up there anymore. I do think once Justin Fields gets in the mix, I think he's going to be a contender. But until he gets in the mix, I think it's going to be all Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yahoo Rankings currently has Kyler Murray projected number 1 overall, right in front of Mahomes by about half a point.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a toss-up for sure. Josh Allen is real close behind him, as well as Jackson, just because of the running game. That's all those running quarterbacks. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens there. I gotta go with Kyler Murray. I hate that I didn't get him. Herfy's got him. Good for you, Herfy. Our biggest fan for the podcast. Good for you, buddy. My sleeper pick is gonna be Fitzpatrick. I think this week, either Fitzpatrick or Darnold. We'll see kind of what happens with McCaffrey coming back because Darnold and Carolina play the Jets, so it might be a good opportunity to see how kind of Darnold runs that offense, back there. Fitzpatrick, I'm just high on in general. I think he should be doing all right this week. We'll see what happens with the run game, but I think he'll get some. Again, I think he'll get 20 points this week.
Nice.
Yeah, my biggest sleeper, not sleeper, is probably Lavanka Chenault this week. Trevor Lawrence's favorite target on Jacksonville. I think he's going to have a really good year. I don't know how well he's going to do this first game, but I think he's going to be somebody to definitely have on your radar. Somebody I've been watching is Jacoby Myers.
Yep.
I think he's going to do a lot better than people think he's going to do. I don't know if it's going to be, again, right away, but I think he's going to be good. He averaged about 7 targets per game last year,
Yep.
Which is a lot of fucking targets.
Yep.
So if he gets that same targeting this year, as well as if Mac Jones shows up to what he's supposed to be, I think he's going to have a great year.
Yeah, and I wouldn't doubt if he gets more because, last season they had, Super Cam back there, and Hot
Not
Feet
throwing.
back there. So
Yeah.
if he's only getting 7, targets a game from a quarterback like that who runs the ball more than half the time, I think all the Patriots offense for receiving wise did honestly get a boost. Even the running backs, I'm pretty high on Harris as well.
Yep.
Just due to that fact, Damian Harris, just due to the fact of they don't have a running quarterback anymore.
Yep.
Mac Jones is going to step in as a Tom Brady, let's say great
Style
value brand
guy,
for now,
yeah.
right? Yeah. We'll kind of see what happens and how he grows with the offense, but he's a real stay in the pocket, throw the ball down, throw a rainbow or two kind of guy. So, which is what they were looking for. I'm assuming Bill Belichick's trying to go back to those roots. So. Q-Tip, how about your fantasy team? What's a player you're ready to see explode this week for your team?
So, for me, it's my first year, but, I got the sleeper team, but I'm just ready to see Jimmy G hit the bat, baby.
Jimmy G, bro. I think Jimmy G might get double-digit points this week. Hey, we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, baby. Jimmy G.
Still can't believe you picked him as high as you did.
It's sleeper, bro. Sleeper.
Usually, I would say Jimmy G is probably averaging around 8 or 9 points. That's why I think he might get up to double digits this week. But he plays against Detroit. I think they got a below average defense, if I remember correctly. I really don't remember much about Detroit this year, just because there hasn't been a lot of talks with them. Because no one cares about Detroit, bro. Remember that. So, I think Jimmy G might do all right. He might be pushing 18, 20 points. This week. We'll see what happens there. With Mostert and Trey Sermon as well. What do you think about the Vikes against Cincinnati? We might as well bring it to our hometown here. What do we think the result will be against both those offenses? We got a lot of movement with Cincinnati, some new players there.
I think the Vikings are gonna have their way with Cincinnati in this first game. I think the Vikings defense is vastly improved. You got Everson Griffin back, wrecking havoc across from Daniil Hunter and Johnson as well. I think they're gonna have that offensive line of the Cincinnati is going to have one hell of a time against that Vikings front four, along with our back linebackers. And you got Harry the Hitman coming off a huge contract. I think he's going to be fired up, ready to go, ready to prove why he's the number one safety in the league.
Yep.
I think they're going to have a hell of a time guarding Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow's going to have a good game, but I still think he's going to get fucking battered.
I think he's going to get nailed. I've talked about before. They got the rookie wide receiver from, his team before and all the upside, sure, whatever. But they got nothing new for the offensive line to protect the dude. He got injured for a reason. He was getting nailed every single play, you know. With that and just the Vikings defense in general for that exact same reason, I don't think he's going to have enough time to throw the ball to some of those, younger guys. Yeah. So, and at the same time, I think Thielen is going to be a monster this week. I think he's going to be a sleeper and might do better than Jefferson. Mark my words there, hot take. I think Thielen puts up bigger numbers this week. We'll see what happens.
You're feeling it, huh?
I am feeling the burn, baby.
Oh my goodness.
I'm feeling it. Hey, Q-Tip, I think you should rename your team to I'm feeling it or something.
It's got to be Swayze.
No, dude.
Swayze's the best.
I should have made that a rule. You got to make your team name off of players for you.
Wait, was Waddle a player?
Who?
Wait, yours is Waddle my Wood.
Waddle my Wood. I got Robert Woods and Jalen Waddle, baby.
Yeah, I'm not changing mine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No. But yeah, I think the Vikings are gonna have their day on offense, especially with Dalvin Cook. I think we'll have a good week this week.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitter patter.
There we are.
Let's
Let's get at her. Titans are winning the Super Bowl this year. Hot take. Make sure you run that one home to your daddy. Let him know. Buy your Julio Jones t-shirt now. Get that shit done. Not sponsored yet. Make sure you guys are following us on this video. Let us know, in your Instagram comments there. Go ahead and follow us there as well. Let us know kind of what you're thinking for fantasy, what player on your team you're excited about watching this season. Thanks again, as always, for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Dude, Trip. I like how she move it. I like how she move it. I got that new whip. Jose the Dude Trip. I like how she move it. I like how she move it.